Welcome to part 5 of my Reading Your Mario Kart comment series. The top 145 Mario Kart tracks list concluded last week, and thank you guys so much for supporting it. I definitely put a lot of work into those vids, so I'm glad you liked it. Anyway, time to read some comments from those videos. Let's get to my top 145 Mario Kart tracks part 1 list, where I talked about some of my least favorite tracks. First, we have a comment from Dino_Gamer who made a list of his top 10 worst Mario Kart tracks. Yeah, they're mostly pretty bad, but I do like Moonview Highway, as you probably know, and I sort of have this respect for SNES Rainbow Road, I guess. Sure, it's hard, and those rainbow thwomps are really annoying, but it started the legendary way that Mario Kart games end, which is known as Rainbow Road. Besides, the music and the fact that it's the one Super Mario Kart track that doesn't look like any of the others actually makes it my personal favorite from that game. Next, we have a comment from Ben Carroll, who ranked number 145 through 124 of the tracks. Most of them would be around that tier for me as well, with the exception of N64 Rainbow Road and Wario Stadium. Both those tracks are quite long though, and I could see them being inexcusably long and therefore boring for some people. To be honest, I kind of get that as well. I couldn't imagine trying to do a time trial of that track, and it's really hard for me to pull off that Rainbow Road shortcut and shave off that time, by the way. Next, we have a comment from some random guy on YouTube, hashtag, I kissed a girl and I liked it. He lists his least favorite Mario Kart track from each of the main 8 games. Definitely agree that most of those are bad tracks. In my opinion though, Mario Circuit from Mario Kart DS isn't that bad compared to some of the really lowly tracks from that game like Figure 8 Circuit. So, onto the video from part 2 of this big old top 145 series. Let's get to a comment from TJBuster9TY, who ranked the 8 Bowser's Castle themes. I definitely agree with a lot of this list. To me, the 3DS theme is the worst, and I agree with him that the Wii U version is the best. The Wii version would probably be second best for me, then N64, then the GCN, then the GBA version, which is still a pretty freaking good version, by the way. Next, we get to a comment from Interstellar Galaxy Gamer, who talked about some tracks that he felt are mediocre. I certainly agree with him on most of them, except Wii Moo Moo Meadows, and definitely except Wii U Dolphin Shoals. I get why a lot of people don't like Dolphin Shoals as much, as it's not the best designed track, especially towards the very end with that stupid turn at the end. But I think it really looks great with the eel and everything, plus that turn when you get out of the water is super fun. I'd say I rank these tracks 1/3 based off of track design, 1/3 off of track details, and 1/3 off of music, as I'm a musical kind of person, so I sort of invest a lot into that. And I love the music in Dolphin Shoals. Now let's get to the OK section of my Mario Kart tracks ranking. Here we have a comment from VGF80 explaining in great detail why Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road is the most disappointing. And I definitely have to agree with him, it's one of the worst. He mentions Wii U Rainbow Road looking artificial, and I agree, it's nowhere near as vivid and beautiful as past Rainbow Roads, and that's what makes it disappointing considering this is in HD and past Rainbow Roads weren't. He also mentioned how Mario Kart DS's version of Rainbow Road was literally more Mario Kart 8 than Mario Kart 8's version. And I couldn't have said that better myself. Next, we get to a comment from Mark Steenkista, who mentioned that Twisted Mansion is underrated. I've certainly tried to see it as an underrated track, but it just isn't as good as a lot of the other tracks from Mario Kart 8 in my opinion. It's certainly a cool looking track with the mansion atmosphere and the hammers at the end and all that good stuff. So let's head over to the good section of my Mario Kart tracks ranking. Here we have a comment from Super Awesome Mario 100 talking about tracks he found good but not great. He had GBA's Shy Guy Beach as a good track like I do, which I think may be kind of an unpopular opinion among Mario Kart fans. But props for ranking N64 Sherbet Land as a good track because some people freaking hate that track. Personally, I find it kind of mediocre. Next, we have a comment from Cooldude, who ranked number 80 through 60 of his Mario Kart tracks list here. And sorry I couldn't fit your entire comment, by the way. Okay, so we have another guy who thinks GBA's Shy Guy Beach is good, so maybe it's not such an unpopular opinion after all. He says Shy Guy Bazaar is the second best desert track ever. It's certainly better than Bone Dry Dunes and Desert Hills, but to me, Dry Dry Ruins, Yoshi Desert, and Sunset Wilds are definitely a notch above it. Does Sunset Wilds count as a desert track? I think it does. Let's head to the great section of my top 145 list. First, we have a comment from Poe the Teletubby, who says, I honestly don't like DK Mountain. I've always thought it was slightly overrated, but I do still think it's a solid track. It's many people's favorite Double Dash track, though, and I can see why. Next, we have a comment from Daniel Malak, who mentions that I'm another person who loves GBA Yoshi Desert. It's more that I really like it than I love it, but I do think Yoshi Desert gets overlooked by a lot of people. With Super Circuit, it seems that some people only think about Ribbon Road and Cheeseland as the best. That's why Nathaniel Bendy freaked out and said, "They're bringing back the best tracks," when reacting to the DLC trailer. That's why tracks like Yoshi Desert can get overlooked, I think. So let's get to the legendary top 20 section of my list. Let's first get to a comment from Yoshi Kart Wii, who ranked his top 10 favorite Mario Kart tracks. He literally has the same top 2 as me, so it's hard for me to disagree with a list like that. Next, we get to a list from Kali Reviews of their top 20 favorite Mario Kart tracks. Solid list. I can definitely see you're a fan of Wildwoods. Finally, we get to a comment from TGC Xavier, who says, "Waluigi, my sexy lord and savior, you were one of my inspirations to start making YouTube videos." That's really cool to know I helped inspire YouTubers. I definitely gotta thank guys like Nathaniel Bandy and the Koopa Captain who inspired me to start this channel. So it's cool that now I'm influencing people as well. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry if I couldn't get to your comments. There's so many, so bye-bye.